Hey Nick Squad, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jarissa. If you're new to the channel, hello. As you can tell by the title, this is my labor and delivery experience. Let's get right into the video. Oh, this feels good. I got me some water, so let me just sip before I talk and tell you guys about this labor and delivery. I want to start off by saying that where do I start? Okay, so I had my baby girl at 40 weeks and 4 days. She wasn't trying to come out. Like, she just didn't want to come out. So it was Monday, March 28th. I usually get up and get ready to put my son on the bus for daycare. So that's what I did, and I made breakfast. I usually make breakfast before he would go to school, right? So I did that, and I just couldn't eat. Like, I ate one bite and then I just couldn't. Like, I was just nauseous and I just could not do it. It rubbed me the wrong way. Like, it was just like, ugh. But that whole night I was having contractions. They weren't contractions that I couldn't handle. Like, if they were like a 9, I could handle it. Like, they were strong, but like, I could handle the pain. And I just kept tossing, turning. So yeah, wake up, get my son ready, he goes to school, and I just keep having like contractions, but they're like maybe 5 minutes and less. So I'm like, okay, like they were coming and going. So I'm like, okay, this has been happening all night. And I only kept being like, when I kept going to the doctors, I was just 1 centimeter the whole time. Like, I didn't go up or anything. I was just 1 centimeter. Prior to the last week when I seen my doctor. So I called my husband and I'm like, babe, you know, just we were always on the phone. So I was in Boston and he was out here in Louisiana. So I'm like, I think I'm in labor. He's like, what do you mean you think? And I'm like, I don't know, I just keep having contractions, but they're not like pain that I can't handle. So then I end up calling. So then he's like, maybe you should go to the hospital. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the hospital. I call my sister because she works at a doctor's office too. So I call my sister and I tell her, and she's like, yeah, I think you should just check because you're 40 weeks and 4 days late. So she could be coming anytime soon. So I'm like, yeah, that's true, like, whatever. But it wasn't like I was gonna go in general anyways, but then I was like, I could deal with it, like I'll go when I feel like it. But then I just was like, let me just make sure. So I took a shower, got ready, packed everything. I already had everything packed. I packed like a bag for my son and all that, so my sister can watch over him and everything. So when I went to the hospital, yep, sure enough, I changed and everything. They checked me, and yes, I was in labor. My contractions were literally 5 minutes apart, and they were just going. So when I got to the hospital and they checked me, I was 2 centimeters. That was it. I was like just 2 centimeters. So the doctor's like, yep, you're in labor. I think you should call your husband and tell him to take the airplane to come down here. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. Like, this is crazy. Which, it's crazy because, hold on. I already prepared myself to, like, if he wasn't gonna come, or like if he couldn't come, I would be there either by myself or my sister would be there. I had this planned out. I already had everything planned out. I was mentally, physically, emotionally prepared for everything already. So that. So I call him and I tell him, he's like, all right, let me get everything situated over here. And you know, in the army it's a little difficult because you have to do paperwork, you have to do all this stuff and everything. So whatever, he's heading to me, and I didn't get to eat. Like I said, I only took like one bite, whatever. So sorry, don't mind me. I love it. It looks like a wig, but it ain't. It's all real, honey. Anyways, so I asked the nurse. I was like, they put the IV in and everything. So I asked the nurse, I'm like, please, can I eat? Like, please. Like, I didn't even get to eat. My two nurses were the shit. Like, one was young and one was older, and they were so nice. Like, so nice. Even with my son, my nurses were nice too. So I was blessed both times. So yeah. So I'm doing paperwork and everything, and I got to eat. I ate like a sandwich, fruit, and I had like apple juice, and I got to eat. So I was so happy that I got to eat because I was starving. I was like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. Like, you know, who knows if she's gonna come today, who knows if she's gonna come tomorrow. Like, I don't know. I just know that I'm in labor. So they let me eat. She got me food and everything, and I'm just waiting there, and I'm just chilling. They're like, and it's funny because they kept coming like, oh, you don't feel, so I had the stress belt on and everything, monitoring the baby, making sure like everything is fine, everything, she's moving, and everything was fine. Every little thing was perfectly fine, which I was so happy. And plus I kept praying anyways, so I was like, you know, God's with me. God, it's all in God's hands. Whatever's gonna happen happens. So they're talking, you know, they kept asking me like, oh, you don't feel that? And I'm like, no, I don't feel the contractions. They're like, wow, you know, like there was high ones and everything. I didn't feel anything. Mind you, I still don't have the epidural. Don't have the epidural. I was honestly gonna wait to get the epidural. So I wanted to wait till like I really needed it, right? And so time's going. I got to the hospital at 10:30ish, 11 maybe. Yeah. Because I remember like getting off the phone around like 10. Look, I just sat home and I was just like chilling, whatever. I think I went to the hospital around like 10:30ish. So that happens, and I'm having all these contractions, but I don't feel them. So baby girl, everything's good. Like everything's going good, and they want me to walk around. So I'm walking around the room. I'm on the ball, the bouncy, the little pregnant ball. I'm doing everything. I'm literally, I'm in certain positions, you know, whatever. So time's ticking, okay? So I was hoping that my sister could, you know, as soon as she can, because she worked and she lives, you know, in Providence. So I'm like, I hope that she can make it before, like, my, you know, whoever makes it, you know, just because even though I prepared myself that I was going to have the baby alone, I still didn't want to have the baby alone. So I was just like, if I have the baby alone, that's fine. Like, I'm fine with it. It just, you know, I have the nurses, you know, whatever. So my sister ends up getting out of work around like 5:30ish, maybe 6. I think she ended up coming like around 6. And by 6, before that at 6 centimeters. So I think around like 4 or 5 centimeters, they broke my water. My son, my water broke. With baby girl, my water didn't break. Nothing. I didn't experience my water breaking with my daughter. So then after that, they broke my water, and then I I don't know, I just had this weird feeling around 6 centimeters, 7 centimeters. I'm like, my contractions are going higher. I can feel them, but I can deal with them. Like, it was crazy. It was like crazy. Like, I was like superwoman. Like, I was dealing with them. Like, they didn't even like, they weren't like to the point that I needed the epidural. And plus I wanted to try to go natural anyways. So while I had a feeling, like, I felt like sorry guys, I felt like I needed to get the epidural. I felt like for some reason I needed to get the epidural. I didn't know what was going to happen. I visioned what was going to happen, but I didn't know exactly if it was going to, you know, come true. Like, I would have dreams when I was pregnant, like I was going to get a C-section and the baby wasn't going to come out and I was going to have a little trouble. And exactly that, and it really ended up happening. So, but we're gonna get into it. Look, just keep listening, okay? Keep listening. So I ended up getting the epidural and they gave it to me and I was good. Once I got the epidural, I was feeling my contractions even more and more and more. But I still was dealing like with it. Like, I didn't have to press the little like button or whatever so it can like keep numbing me. It like, I was okay. I did like probably twice and then that was it. And around around like maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm continuing, like, I get checked because I'm like, oh, like I feel like I need a push. So my original doctor wasn't there, so there was another doctor on staff, on duty to be there if anything happened. So she came in and she checked me, and I was getting there. Like, baby girl was coming, I was getting there. So my cervix wasn't dilating. Like, my left side of my cervix was I think my right side was dilated, but my left side wasn't. Like, it was not dilating at all. Like, it just wasn't. And so she had me try to push, and I pushed twice and still nothing. So then around, mind you, my sister is texting my husband, keeping him up to date with everything. So then around like maybe 9:45, 10 o'clock, I'm like, I need this baby out. Now I'm feeling it. Mind you, she came in a little before that and checked me. I'm 9 centimeters. 9 centimeters, literally right there. So she comes and checks me, and still my cervix wasn't dilating at all. So it wasn't dilating. Then on top of that, my daughter goes and churns, and she goes sunny side up. So sunny side up, so for pregnant women, for a baby, the baby's supposed to be like head down, like the back is supposed to be up. And that's originally how a baby's supposed to come out, head first. The head's supposed to be like down, like this way. No, she's this way. She's literally turned this way. Turned last minute. The doctor's like, oh, she's a stubborn little one. She's stubborn. And so I'm just sitting there, whatever. She's like, I'll come back and check you in like 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So I'm like, all right. Like, this is like, so by that time, obviously, my sister's with me. She's holding my hand, and I'm just like, I need to push. I need to push. So my sister gets the doctor again, and I'm there because I'm like, I need to push. Like, she needs to come out. This is starting to hurt. So then still, baby girl didn't want to churn, nothing. She was just being a stubborn little munchkin butt and did not want to do what she needed to do because mommy wanted to give birth, but no. So I just couldn't. After I waited like maybe 5 minutes and I couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it. It was just getting worse and worse. and I was just like, I can't, like, it just hurt. Like, it was pressure in my bottom, but it like hurt. Like, it was just like, I just felt like something wasn't right. So I was like, what can we do? Like, I need her out. So the doctor came in, there was a nurse that checked me one more time, and still nothing. The nurse is like touching me, like she just touched me, and I'm like, stop touching me, like stop touching me. And she just kept like, oh, it's okay, like she kept talking to me. I'm like, shut up. Like, it's like, shut up, just shut up. And she's like, okay, you're the boss. And like, I'm pretty sure any pregnant woman that is in labor and delivery, like in labor, you know, like, just don't talk to me, let me breathe, don't be all up on me, touching me, like, that's how, like, don't. And I told her, she's like, okay, like, I scared her because I yelled at her, I swore at her. So I felt bad afterwards of everything, but I didn't feel bad in the moment, because I'm asking her not to touch me and not to just talk, but she just kept touching me. I didn't like that she just kept touching me, and I'm in pain, and she just wouldn't stop when I told her to stop. So I had to like yell at her, and that's what got her to stop. So but she was really nice. So then after that, I was like, what can we do? Like, I can't take this no more. Either way, I was gonna need a C-section. So we did an emergency C-section. The guy came, signed the papers. Mind you, that guy was taking long. Like, it was taking long. I was like, let's go. This baby needs to get out now. Like, I need her out. Like, you guys are taking too long. Give me the fucking paperwork and let me just do it. So that ended up happening. I'll insert a picture of me going into the C-section, like them like walking me into the doors. And then I'll insert another picture of me, like they had me on my knees and everything in a certain position so the baby can churn, but she wouldn't churn. So anyways, I signed the papers. He finally came. I signed the papers. They get me ready. I go in, and this is the scary part. My sister texted my husband, was like, you know, she's gonna have a C-section and everything. He didn't make it. He was actually 10 minutes late, literally 10 minutes late from his daughter's delivery. But we was prepared for that. Like, we knew that was gonna happen. We was trying to hope it wasn't gonna happen, but it happened anyways. So he didn't get to see his daughter come out, but he actually seen her right after I came out of the delivery of the C-section. So while I'm getting my C-section done, obviously they put another epidural. The C-section epidural is different from a regular epidural, so I'm drugged up. I don't feel a damn thing. Now things started going left. And the only reason why I knew this is because of my body. I knew that, which was funny because I prayed before I went into the C-section room. I hope I don't cry. It gets me emotional because it took me a long time to do this video. So yeah. Anyways, my body started like shutting down. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I can describe it as much as I can. So what I felt was my body getting cold, and me like trying to fall asleep. Like, I just was very tired and very pale. Like, I got very like white. Like, it was bad. So my daughter comes out, they take my daughter out, and I hear her cry. So when I heard her cry, I cried because I was like, oh my god, like, that's her, like, she's here. So I was crying, bawling my eyes out. My sister's crying, and the baby girl is just crying. Her name is Baby Love. It's not her real name, but her nickname is Baby Love. So baby love was just crying. I'm just like, she's saying. So they, my sister's with the baby and everything. They're doing what they need to do for the baby. She's healthy and everything. And then they bring the baby towards me. But before they bring the baby towards me, I'm like, I feel like I have to throw up. So they put like the little bucket next to me, because I was like going like this, but nothing was coming out. Like I just kept, like I really felt like I had to throw, but nothing was coming out. So then they put the baby, I could put a picture of baby girl next to me, next to my face and everything. And I couldn't even have her I had her less than like probably 2 minutes next to me, less than 1 minute. I just couldn't. I was like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up on her, like get her away from me, like please, like I don't want to throw up on her or anything. And then after that, she stood quiet when she was near me, and then once my sister grabbed her and was holding her and took her away, she just kept crying. So at that point, my body was shutting down. Like my sister said when before they gave her the baby to bring her to me next to my face, that I was losing a lot of blood. So I hemorrhaged really bad. And it was bad. Like the blood wouldn't stop. So I guess that's why. So basically, in so many little words, in my words, I hate saying it, but I was like dying. Like I lost so much blood that it was crazy. Like my sister's like a whole bunch of like nurses and doctors, but like a whole bunch of doctors was in there and everything, and she kept asking like, what's wrong, and they were like, oh, don't look that way, she's okay, they're doing what they need to do, whatever. But I just remember just repeatedly repeating myself, like, I just want to go to sleep, and there's always a nurse behind, like, where watching over you. So she was like right when I'm laying down, and she's like right where my head is, and she's like, are you okay? And I'm just like, I'm tired, I want to go to sleep. And my eyes were slowly like closing, and she was like, no. She kept waking me up. She's like, no, you cannot go to sleep. So they were giving me more medication. I forgot what medication they were giving me. Oh, they gave me medication because the throwing up, like me like trying to throw up and everything. They gave me medication for that, and then I just was tired. I was just weak and tired. But yeah, I just felt like my body shutting down. Like I knew something was wrong. I'm numb, but like I knew like something was wrong. But I feel like deep down in my heart and in God's hand, the universe's hands and everything, that my daughter really kept me alive. I truly believe that. Like, she's literally my lifesaver. And the reason why I say that is because she wouldn't stop crying. It was weird. Like, I kept asking, even though my eyes were like slowly shutting and I kept saying like, I'm tired, I kept asking them, why is my daughter crying? They're like, oh, she's okay. So I kept asking my sister, why is she crying? My sister was with, like, I was like, go ask my sister, please. Like, why is my daughter crying? But I felt like my daughter knew, like, she sensed, like, obviously she was in me for 9 months. Like, of course she sensed, we have a bond. So to me, it was, the reason why she wouldn't stop crying was because she needed me as much as I needed her. Like, no lie, she kept me alive. Like, no jokes aside, no anything, she kept me alive. And I'm so happy that I'm here today, because I thank her for her cry to keep me up. That's the only thing that just kept me up. Even though I really, really wanted to go to sleep, she kept me up. And I'm blessed. Like, I'm literally blessed. Like, no jokes aside, no thing. Like, I am blessed. Like, I really do believe she saved me. I do. So they, stitched me up. They did everything that they needed to do, cleaned me up, whatever. I guess 2 more doctors came in because how much blood I lost, and to check the C-section cut and everything to make sure the doctor did everything right. And she did everything right. I was fine and all that. And then I remember them bringing me out to the room. Bringing me out, and I seen my husband, and they brought me to like the little room, and then they transferred me to a big room right away. Like no, they didn't take no like chances. Like I didn't wait long or anything. They brought me in. I chilled for a little bit, and then they brought me to like a room. My room was small, but they brought me in there, and I was pale. I was so pale and everything, and I was up. I was numb and everything. Obviously, I'm all drugged up. I got to hold her and breastfeed her and everything, and yeah, I was pale. So they said that I lost 3 pints. Is it pints? I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying it right. 3 things of blood. 3. I think I'm saying it right. If I'm not, just correct me. Yeah, I lost 3 pints of that, and I needed blood transfusion. So that's what happened with all that. I was getting blood transfusions. They had to go to a blood bank and get me blood, because my blood was very, very low, and it wouldn't go up. The next day too, it wouldn't go up. Like it just continuously just kept dropping. And I almost went to a 4 blood transfusion, but I was okay when it was time to leave to the hospital, because obviously when you have a C-section, you have to stay there for 4 days, and that's what happened and everything. And that night, obviously I got 1 pack of the blood, because they did it right away, and I had the IV, and they just kept shooting me up with medication. I had to take so much medication, and I felt like I was just so drugged up. It was crazy. I was numb. But Legend got to meet his sister that night as soon as I had her. He hasn't seen his dad since December, and I had her in March. So that was a long time. He just seen him only on FaceTime. So when he seen his dad, that was like a blessing too, because he was so happy. And then on top of that, I had the baby, and he was a little confused. He was jealous at first. He was so jealous. Like he was all over me, but I couldn't pick him up or anything. But I let him like lay in the bed with me, and I talked to him, and he met his sister, and he knew. Like he's very smart. Like he knew. And he was on her, and like he just like put his face on her face, and then he like walked away and everything. And then my sister ended up taking over and taking him overnight and everything, and it was beautiful. I was just happy that she was healthy, and I was more happy and excited that I'm still breathing, I'm still here. And I feel like a lot of mothers don't talk about situations like this. This doesn't happen to every woman, but having a baby is very risky, and it's life or death, honestly. So yeah, it was scary. It was, towards the end, it was really scary, because I was just like, if anything happens to me, obviously my husband has all the rights. We're married, so he has every right, you know, with his kids and everything. But the second one was my sister. So I already had signed papers. She signed papers and everything. And I was like, if anything happens to me, you take the kids, like, you know. But I prayed and prayed, and I really do believe that my daughter kept me alive. I really, really, truthfully, and I'll forever thank her, because I do believe that's why I'm here. I'm still here, and I get to raise them still, and I get to spend time with them, and I get to be a mom to them, and I get to teach them, and I get to care for them, and I get to just love them. So it gets me so emotional. So like I'm I'm really like, I thank God for her. I thank God for being by my side. I thank God for every little thing. And I'm like I said, I'm blessed, and I left it all in God's hands. Everything. I left everything in God's hands. I knew that whatever was gonna happen, it was in His hands, and it was gonna work out. And if it didn't work out, something was gonna work out. And that I get to still be a wife to this amazing man that he let me have kids with, and I get to raise my babies and love them, and they love me. But it ended up working out, and I'm very happy. I'm happy. I'm blessed. I'm grateful, thankful. It was a scary but beautiful experience, and if I had to do it all over again, I would, because of my son, right? With my son, I did lose blood, but I didn't lose as much as I did with her. I literally almost died. Him, I didn't. I lost blood. They put a shot in my leg, and I gave birth to him. You know, baby girl, I had a C-section, so I have this big cut. But like, I love it too, because like with my son, he gave me my stretch marks, and everything I did go through, what I went through with him, it was a beautiful experience anyways, and I love him to death. And then with my daughter, I love her to death, because one, she saved my life, and then two, I have this long beautiful cut that will stay with me forever because of her. So it's like, my body isn't the same, but I have not just two beautiful babies, but they gave me two beautiful things on my body. And I'm learning to adjust to my new body and adjust to my scars and everything, because I'm not used to it. But I love my body. I love my scars. I love my C-section cut. I love my everything, because they made my body like this. I created two humans. Like, I have a bond with them. I held them in my stomach and grew with them, and you know, so I would do it all over again, over and over and over again, continuously. But yes, so that's my labor and delivery story. And I didn't cry, but I did tear up and everything, because it is emotional for me. But that is my labor and delivery story, and I hope you guys liked it. And if any moms can relate of hemorrhaging and losing blood and almost feeling the way I felt, DM me. I will leave my Instagram in the description box and down below as well. So, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you put your notification on, so every time I post a video, you are notified. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. So Unique Squad, welcome. This is nothing but unique, because everybody's unique in their own way, and I love you guys. I love my little bit of subscribers, and I'm grateful and thankful for you guys. And if you didn't notice before I shut this video down, if you didn't notice, I deleted all my old videos, and the reason why I deleted that was because everything was toxic back. So I kept 3 videos that really meant a lot to me, and I just felt like I needed to stop over, because the simple fact that I really want to get more into my YouTube channel, and I do have a lot of story times that I do want to share with you guys. That is a lot of advice that maybe you guys can relate to. So yes, stay tuned for more videos and everything. But yes, I love you guys, and again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and DM me, and yeah, I love you guys. Good night. Bye.